In Episode 4 of Tulsa King Season 3, Dwight Manfredi is still dealing with the fallout from a major misstep by Tyson. After a failed booze deal, Tyson's recklessness forced Dwight to come up with a plan to retrieve the stolen liquor, which had ended up in the hands of Jeremiah and his son Cole. To regain control of the liquor, Dwight enlists Bodie to investigate the Dunmeyers' online operations. Bodie not only disrupts their website, but also creates an AI-based virtual salesman named Jasper, who will front their rebranded alcohol sales once the product is recovered. Because of his earlier mistakes, Tyson is sidelined by Dwight. But instead of staying idle, Tyson partners with Cole, unaware of his betrayal, to retrace his steps and figure out where he went wrong. His search leads him to a warehouse where Cole runs his underground bingo business. There, Tyson sees Serenity, an exotic dancer, and his love interest, conspiring. It becomes clear that Serenity and Cole had deceived him from the start. Realizing the betrayal, Tyson and Mike follow Serenity, who unknowingly leads them to a railway yard where the stolen liquor is being stored. Tyson reports back to Bigfoot, and soon Dwight, Bill, and Mitch join him at the yard. Dwight's crew confronts the Dunmeyers while they are vulnerable. In a bold move, they capture Cole and hold him hostage to pressure Jeremiah into returning the stolen booze. Jeremiah initially refuses, prioritizing the liquor's value over his son's safety. But after some pressure, he finally gives in. The exchange is made, Dwight reclaims the stolen alcohol, and Jeremiah gets his son back. However, just when it seems like the crisis is resolved, Bill receives a call from Quiet Ray, who hints at betraying Dwight and proposes an alliance. Episode 5. Allegiance is tested and a party gone wrong. Bill refuses to betray Dwight, while some might assume Bill would flip sides, especially considering his often tense relationship with Dwight. He proves his loyalty during a meeting involving Mitch, Cleo, Grace, and Bodie. It's revealed that several influential liquor critics and distributors will be attending the Montague Distillery's launch party, an event meant to establish legitimacy for their business. Bigfoot, showcasing a surprising artistic side, is seen carving an ice sculpture of a bourbon bottle with the Montague branding. Meanwhile, Dwight and Margaret discuss Thresher, a political figure whose support could help Margaret reclaim full ownership of her ranch. Despite disliking Thresher, Dwight agrees to Margaret's plan to invite him to the party, setting his personal feelings aside for her benefit. Elsewhere, Bill receives a call from Vince, an associate of Quiet Ray, who tries to recruit him to turn against Dwight, but Bill quickly shuts him down, suggesting Ray should handle his own business if he has a problem with Dwight. Later, at the distillery, Dwight inspects them. Bodie seems stressed, and when asked, he confesses that the business model is more complicated than it appears. Dwight advises him to bring any concerns to Goody, their logistics man. Afterward, Bill meets with Dwight and warns him about Vince and Ray's scheming. He believes they are planning to undermine Dwight's operation. Bill suspects Armand is also involved due to his recent absence, though Dwight initially brushes off these concerns. Bill insists that they deal with Vince and Ray preemptively to avoid an all-out war. A mysterious meeting with Deacon. Before Dwight can process Bill's warnings, he receives a sudden call from Deacon, a shadowy figure, requesting an urgent meeting. Dwight hesitates, but a follow-up call from Musso, the real boss behind the scenes, forces his hand. Musso seems to be monitoring Dwight's communications, suggesting his phone is bugged. Dwight agrees to meet Deacon at the Bread $2 saloon. He brings Tyson along but instructs him to wait outside, wanting to keep the conversation private. At the meeting, Dwight commissions Deacon to build an explosive device to destroy the Dunmeyers' estate. They strike a deal, and Deacon takes his payment unbeknownst to Dwight. Tyson catches a glimpse of Deacon, and someone photographs Deacon leaving the saloon. Later, it's revealed that the photographer works for Bill. Jeremiah's plan to derail the launch party. Back at the Dunmeyer estate, Jeremiah is furious at Cole for the previous debacle. He blames him for the loss of their liquor and orders him to gather a small crew in preparation for possible retaliation. Jeremiah then pressures Attorney General Sackrider to send a health inspector to Montague Distilleries to sabotage their event. This shows how deeply connected Jeremiah is. He was instrumental in Sackrider's rise to power and now demands favors in return. Meanwhile, Cole starts spending time with Spencer, a bartender close to Dwight. Although one might think he's using her to get to Dwight, it appears that Cole genuinely likes her, though his loyalty to his father may ultimately doom the relationship. The party spirals out of control. As the launch party begins, Mitch notices an unusually large number of Bill's men acting tense. He warns Bill to keep them calm to avoid scaring off guests. Cleo looks for Dwight, but he's still not there. Guests including Margaret and Thresher are eager to taste the bourbon, but the celebration stalls. Things take a darker turn when the health inspector, Leary, arrives to shut the place down. He's escorted to the barrel room by Bigfoot and Goody. Leary immediately starts listing violations. In a moment of desperation, Bigfoot accidentally topples barrels onto Leary, crushing him and killing him on the spot. The moment is shocking. What may have started as an attempt to delay the inspection turns into a fatal accident. Goody is horrified, but Mitch later assesses the situation and suggests they stage it as a workplace accident during an after-hours inspection. They agree to fabricate the scenario, with Bodie discovering the body later to report it. As the evening wears on, Jeremiah and his crew storm the event, claim the liquor is stolen, and wreak havoc. Cole's involvement disillusions Spencer, who realizes she misjudged him. Even Cole seems remorseful, hinting at a crisis of conscience. Attorney General Sackrider warns Jeremiah that crashing the party without solid evidence could backfire. Jeremiah coldly instructs him to fix the situation. The night ends in chaos with ruined reputations and disappointed guests. However, Dwight rallies his team, assuring them they'll bounce back and get it right next time. Bill's arrest and the fallout later that night, Bill confronts Dwight at his home. Suspicious of Dwight's meeting with Deacon, Bill accuses him of cutting side deals and hiding secrets. He reveals he had Dwight followed and demands to know what's really going on. Dwight becomes enraged, interpreting Bill's accusations as disloyalty.